Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We finally got our Jumpstart 2022 booster box, so let's open it up and compare it to the original Jumpstart box that we opened up last week. So this set is structured exactly the same way as the original Jumpstart. There's 121 variants spread across all of the different themes. Of course, the cards are different, the value is different, but the concept is the same. Grabbing two of these things, smashing them together, and just playing with a friend. So let's crack some of these things open, see what kind of pulls we can get, see how many mythic packs, common packs, and rare packs we get inside of this box compared to our original Jumpstart box. And yeah, these things are, I've seen other people struggle with them, but it's the first time opening up Jumpstart 2022. All right, so we are going to start off with a treasure, which is going to be a common red. And we are going to see a professional face breaker from Streets of New Capenna, a blood aspirant, a pirate sledge arsonist, a rapacious dragon, followed by a barrage ogre, a goldbound, reckless fireweaver, and then a dutiful replicator, brazen freebooter, gold vein pick, improvised weaponry, wielding sparks, a thriving bluff, our Jumpstart mountain. And yep, I think they're all going to be Jumpstart mountains, yeah, because unlike the original, there's no core set to link these off of. All right, moving on to booster number 2. Yeah, I'm not really even sure how you're supposed to slide that open. So we'll just use the knife, and, you know, if we damage a land, that's okay. All right, so we are going to get Urza's here. Now, Urza's is a mythic, which means there's only one variant, so this should be pretty cool. All right, and there is Karn Liberated. Very cool to see that. Holds significant value right now, so I'm going to sleeve him up immediately. And then we're going to see the Walking Ballista, also holding significant value right now. Both cards valued over $10. Then we have a Golem Artisan, the Meteor Golem, Planner Atlas, Urza's Factory, Lochthwain Gargoyle, Ruin Servitor, Mannequin, Thaumaturge Familiar, Universal Solvent, Alchemist Vial, Expedition Map. All right, here we go. Now we got the Tower, Plant, and then I think it's 3 mines? Nope, just 2 mines. So there we go. So that's Urza's. All right, so already seeing significant value in this Jumpstart box. Maybe I'll bypass sleeving and we'll see if we get any others. All right, so let's move it on to number 3 here. All right, and this time we are going to see Fangs. Fangs is going to be a common out of black. And we get Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, Oathsworn Vampire, Blood Artist, Feast of Blood, Blood Bond Vampire, Creeping Bloodsucker, Vampire Envoy, Marauding Blight Priest, Calstria Nightwatch, with a Moment of Craving, Ill-Gotten Inheritance, hate and love that card, Blood Prince, a Thriving Moor, and then our Jumpstart Swamps. Very cool. All right, let's just keep rolling. If you missed the OG Jumpstart box, it was not the greatest. We only saw 2 cards valued over $10, and they were the same exact card. All right, so this time we are going to see Landfall out of green. This is going to be a rare, which means there's only 2 variants. And we're going to see a Rampaging Ballast coming in as our first rare, followed by a Cursor of Krufix coming in as our second rare. And then we get the Turntimber Basilisk, Primeval Herald, Zendikar's Royal, Rampaging Growth, Orsha Cultivator, Snapping Gnarlid, the Adventuring Gear, Canopy Baloth, the Heart Expedition, Master's Rebuke, the Evolving Wilds, the Thriving Grove, and our Jumpstart Forests. All right, so 1 mythic, 1 rare, and a couple of commons thus far. I think if we only get 1 mythic in the box, Urza's is probably a good one to get. All right, so this time we're going to see Holy. Holy is also a common. And we get Lyra Dawnbringer. Very cool to see that. Love this angel. Is valued over $5. Right now, anyway. And then we got an Angelic Cub, Emancipation Angel, the Starnheim Aspirant, Defy Death, Chains of Custody, Pilgrim of the Ages, with a Stalwart Valkyrie, Dawning Angel, Anointer of Valor, followed by a Light of Hope, Divine Arrow, a Thriving Heath, and our Jumpstart Plains. So I think we're already doing better than our OG Jumpstart box. Not to say that original Jumpstart isn't a good set. I think I just got extremely unlucky. All right, so this time we're going to see Boneyard. Boneyard is going to be a rare. And so we're going to see Oversold Cemetery. That is going to hold some significant value. Then we're going to see Ossuary Rats, Stitcher's Supplier, Revenant, Necrotic Wound, Suspicious Shambler, the Wailing Ghoul, followed by a Pit Keeper, Spark Reaper, Gorging Vulture, Mood Mark Painter, Corpse Churn, followed by a Thriving Moor, and our Jumpstart Swamps. Yeah, there's no like pull tab or anything you can just slide over like in the originals. All right, this time we're going to see Law coming out of white, another common set. And we're going to see Decree of Justice, followed by the Magistrate, the Arrest, the Phalanx Tactics, the Unquestioned Authority, Law Rune Enforcer, Ninth Bridge Patrol, Kami of Ancient Law, Midnight Guard, Night Guard Patrol, followed by a Sky Hunter Patrol, a Radiance Judgment, a Thriving Heath, and our Jumpstart Plains. All right, moving right along here. All right, in this pack we're going to see Go to School, which is going to be a rare out of blue. We're going to start off with a multiple choice, followed by a Rhystic Study. Very nice to see that. Rhystic Study holding more value than all the cards on the table so far. So we'll take just a moment and put Rhystic Study down. Then we get the Kraken, Casmina, the Apprentice, Dismiss, the Pupil, Campus Guide, Teferi's Protege, Elite Instructor, Academy Journey Mage, Bury in the Books, the Thriving Isle, and our Jumpstart Islands. Wow, so far, lots of value out there on the field. Pardon me. Hopefully I'm not losing my voice. All right, so now we're going to see Gross out of black. This is going to be just a common theme. So we're going to see a Phyrexian Plague Lord coming in as our rare, followed by a Plague Crafter, Skull Slither Worm, the Phyrexian Reclamation, a Blighted Fen, Blight Keeper, Deathbloom Thallid, Durable Coilbug, Devouring Swarm, Phyrexian Debaser, Eaten Alive, the Fungal Infection, the Grotesque Mutation, with the Thriving Moor, and our Jumpstart Swamps. There we go. All right, had to get myself a drink of water. Apologize for the video edit. No shenanigans here. I think I put all the value on the table anyway. I'm not sure what I could do to make this box any better. But let's see. Could still get an Ashcot of the Shadow Swarm. But this time, we're going to go ahead and see Wolves. And Wolves is just a common pile. Sorry, the trash was in front of my screen. So we're going to see a Kessig Cagebreakers coming in, followed by a Feed the Pack. Looks a little smudged and misprinted there. And then we get a Mind-Mannered Librarian with a Predator's Howl, a Wolf Willow Haven, Arlen, Voice of the Pack. Very nice to see her. With a Spore Pack Wolf, a Ferocious Pup, the Bounding Wolf, Spectral Hunt Caller with a Prey Upon, Hunger of the Howl Pack, a Thriving Moor, And our Jumpstart for us. Just got to throw my trash on the other side so I don't block my screen. All right, so this time we are going to see cats. It's going to be just a common out of white. So we're going to start with Leonin War Leader. Very cool card. Fun to play. Ingenious Leonin. King of the Pride. Savannah Lions. Make a Stand. Leonin Snarecaster. The Sky Hunter Prowler. Pouncing Lynx. Basiri's Acolyte. A Leonin Scimitar. With an impeccable timing. A Weight of Conscience. And then a Thriving Heath. And then our Jumpstart Plains. I hope we get to see one more mythic in here. There's only 11, though. All right, we are going to see Fiery. There's going to be a common out of red. Some pretty cool art. And we're going to see an Ogre Battlecaster coming in. It does hold a little bit of value. And the Chandra's Praeling, Chandra's Spitfire, the Coalborn Entity, Cone of Flame, Blister Spit Gremlin, Vishino Pyromancer, the Wildfire Elemental with a Pillar of Flame, Thrill of Possibility. Okay, that's going to be one of the alternate arts there. Very cool. And then we're going to see a Searing Spear with a Fiery Intervention, Thriving Bluff, a Mountain. Then we're going to see, oh yeah, all the mountains. I like to get them open so that way when you actually see them, we can just start digging right in before I flip it. All right, we are going to see Teamwork out of white. Teamwork is going to be another rare. So we're going to see Aras Kos Eternal Soldier coming in out of white. Holds a little bit of value. And then we got Taranka, a Crowan Veteran with an Angelic Cub, the Valorious Stance, the Angelic Protector, Dragon Blood, Task Force, Infantry Veteran, Cavalry Drillmaster, Combat Professor, Moment of Triumph, Cage of Hands, and a Sandstone Bridge with a Thriving Heath, a Plains, and some more Plains. All right, we'll just stack those up. All right, what will it be? We are going to see Scrying out of blue, another rare theme. So, Kineso, Priest of Thassa, coming in as our rare. Hold some value there. Biblioplex Kraken, Cryptic Serpent, the Perilous Voyage, the Interpret the Signs, Preordain. That's going to be another alternate art. With a Fairy Seer, Sage Rose Savant, Octoprophet, Moonfolk Puzzle Maker, No Escape, Raider's Carve, and a Thriving Isle. And just checking in the back to make sure there's nothing hidden there. I've seen a few videos where there's been some cards hidden behind the lands. So I want to make sure if there are any, we see them. All right, next up we've got Vehicles coming out of white. Vehicles is going to be a mythic, so only one variant of this. So now we've got two in this box. So we're going to see Lita Mechanical Engineer coming in. This is going to be a card currently valued over $20. And behind that, we're going to see a Peace Walker Colossus coming in, not quite as high value. And then we see the Hotshot Mechanic, the Imperial Recovery Unit, Aether Shield Artificer, Aerial Modification, Kinsu Ace, Sanctum Gargoyle, with a Built to Last, Caught in the Brights, Giant Ox, Ardera Express, with a Thriving Heath, and our Plains. So very cool. I mean, I'm just kind of blown away by the value thus far. I don't know if every Jumpstart box, 2022 box, would be like this, which means that eventually these cards will go down. See? We'll also see if I buy another box or two. All right, so we got Fangs again coming out of black. This is going to be a common theme again. Let's see if it's the exact duplicate. So Vito again. So we saw Vito last time. And then we get an Oathsworn Vampire, Blood Artist, Feast of Blood, Vampire. This feels very, very familiar. I'll run it after when I do the analysis to see if it is the exact same duplicate theme. Obviously it's the same theme, but is it the exact same variant? So I'll let you know in the MTG box analysis, or I'll put it on the screen. All right, we got ourselves a Go to School coming out of blue. It's going to be a rare. We're going to see Baron Talarian Archmage coming in. And that'll be our only rare with the Kraken, Casmina, a Dismiss, the Apprentice, Merfolk Pupil, Wizard Mentor, Tragic Lesson, Elite Instructor, Talarian Sentinel, Academy Journey Mage, with a Berry in the Books, and a Thriving Isle, and the islands. Almost said plains. All right, so we got a red one here. This one's Raid, just a common though. We're going to see a Brazen Cannonade coming in. Hold some value there. With a Rigging Runner, War Name Aspirant, Mardu Heart Piercer, Daring Piracy, Axguard Cavalry, the Swaggering Courser, with a Keldon Raider, Stormfleet Pyromancer, Plundering Predator, Fervent Strike, Fire Cannon Blast, with a Thriving Bluff, and our mountains in the back. All right, so I'm just going to move a couple of stacks over. All right, we've got 6 more to go, including the one in my hand. Whoop, you get back over there, Lida. All right, we are going to see Detective coming out of blue, just a common. And we see Teferi's Puzzle Box, holds a little bit of value. With a Psychosis Crawler, does not hold much value, was just reprinted in Brothers War. And then we got a Hold for Questioning, Magnifying Glass, Alternate Art, very cool. And Oranphage, Talarian Kraken, the Floodhound, the Vidalcan Engineer, with an Aeronaut Tinkerer, Drowned Explorers, Press for Answers, Jace's Scrutiny, and a Thriving Isle. And there's our islands. All right, this time we have a Cruel coming out of black, just a common, with a Dread Presence, and a Conductor of Cacophony, Feast of the Fallen, Nested Ghoul, Talon of Pain, Ossuary Rats, Infernal Idol, Creeping Bloodsucker, Tormented Soul, the Hooded Assassin, the Alley Strangler, the Mire Blight, and the Thriving Moor. And just swamps in the back. All right, we are going to see Wolves out of green. Again, just a common. And we're going to see Master of the Wild Hunt coming in as our rare. Or mythic. And then we get a Howlgeist. Followed by Mild-Mannered Librarian. A Moonlit Hunt, an Arlen Voice of the Pack, the Young Wolf, the Persistent Wolf, the Bounding Wolf, the Ferocious Pup, the Spectral Hunt Caller, the Prey Upon, Howl of the Hunt, and a Thriving Grove. And just forests in the back. All right, this time we are going to see Spirits coming out of white, another rare. And we're going to see Angel of Flight Alabaster coming in. Just a beautiful artwork on that. With a Selfless Spirit, Chains of Custody, Elodian of Rhetoric, with a Mausoleum Guard, Gallows Warden, Not Forgotten, Doom Traveler, the Pilgrim of the Ages, the Apothecary Geist, Blessed Defiance, Divine Verdict, and a Thriving Heath. And just the forests. Be cool if they snuck something into one of the basic lands, or if there were certain basic lands that had like an alternate art. Made them a little bit rare, maybe a little chase-worthy, but I haven't heard of any. All right, so we're going to see Cruel again. This is coming out of black. And we're going to see a Termination Facilitator. We did not see this last time, so this is definitely not a duplicate. Feast of the Fallen, Cyrn Conrad the Grim, Talon of Pain, Ob Nixilis the Hate-Twisted, with an Infernal Idol, Oshawa Rats, the Creeping Bloodsucker, Tormented Soul, Alley Strangler, Wicked Guardian, the Obnix Cruelty, and then the Thriving Moor, and our swamps in the back. All right, final Jumpstart 2022. All right, so we are going to see Spirits again out of white. Again, this is going to be a rare. And we're going to see an Hour of Reckoning coming in as our first rare and our only rare. Then we see an Elodian of Rhetoric, Mausoleum Guard, the Gallows Warden, Devouring Light, Chains of Custody, Kami of Ancient Law, Doom Traveler, Pilgrim of the Ages, Martyr's Soul, Blessed Defiance, Triplicate Spirits, and a Thriving Heath. All right, so give me just a moment. I'll get everything sorted, organized, run the MTG box analysis, and be back and tell you how we did. In today's MTG box analysis, we're going to review the Jumpstart 2022 themes and set structure. We're going to look at set distribution versus the cards that we saw in this box, some metrics about coverage, duplication, a look at the current value of the set, the value that we saw in this box, and we'll close it out with a comparison of this box to last week's original Jumpstart box. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all the metrics for this box, plus 50 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. As I mentioned at the start of the box opening, the Jumpstart 2022 set is constructed as a series of 46 theme-based decks spread across the 5 colors of Magic. Each color has 2 mythic themes, 3 rare themes, and 4 common themes. There's only a single variant of the 11 mythic themes, 2 variants of the 15 rare themes, and 4 variants of the 20 common themes, which means that there's a total of 121 variants in the set. In addition to the 45 colored themes, there's also 1 mythic colorless theme, which we saw during the opening, called Urza's. Let's take a quick look at the distribution of the Jumpstart 2022 set. The set contains a total of 834 cards, and only contains cards from the primary colors of Magic, as well as artifacts, basic lands, and non-basic lands. Of the 834 cards, there are 51 brand new Magic cards, which means that 783 of the cards are reprints. Of these, 46 feature new anime-inspired artwork. Now let's take a look at the set distribution versus the cards in this box. This chart shows every single card we saw during the opening. The cards we saw are in green, and the set is in gray as the baseline. From the primary colors of Magic, we saw a variance of 43 cards between white 74 and the 31 that we saw in red and green. We also saw 159 basic lands and 1 anime-inspired card per theme booster pack for a total of 24. From a coverage perspective, we saw 268 unique cards, which accounts for 32% of the 834 cards in the set. Our highest coverage was in white, with 46% of the cards making an appearance in this box. Pivoting into coverage by rarity, in this box we saw 35% of the commons, 30% of the uncommons, 23% of the rares with 27 unique cards, and we saw 4 mythics for 13% coverage. From a theme variant perspective, we saw 14 common themes for 15% coverage, 7 unique rare themes for 29% coverage, and 2 mythic themes for 18% coverage. From a duplication perspective, we only saw 1 theme variant duplicated, and thankfully it was a rare theme with some value. From a card perspective, we saw 63 cards duplicated 212 times for a box duplication percentage of 44. If we exclude the basic lands, the duplication rate was only 36%. Before we get into the value of this box, let's baseline with a look at the value of the Jumpstart 2022 set. This chart shows all 834 cards from the set. Currently, there are 17 cards valued over $10, and the top 5 cards are Isu the Abominable at $19.02, Lida the Mechanical Engineer at $22.65, Rhystic Study at $33.42, Ashcoat of the Shadow Swarm at $40.05, and Balin Wandering Knight at $46.15. The set also features 12 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 85 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 720 cards are valued less than $1. If you were to add up the value of all 834 cards, you'd have a grand total of $811.51. Now that we know the potential value of the set, let's look at the actual value that we saw in this box. In this box, we saw 4 big hits, including the Walking Ballista at $13.78, that Karn Liberated, which is anime-inspired, at $18.94, Lida, the Mechanical Engineer, at $22.65, and the Rhystic Study at $33.42. We also saw 5 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 35 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 277 cards from the main set and the 159 basic lands were all valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box from a seller on TCG Player for $104.11. Today's Jumpstart 2022 box contained 24 theme boosters with 20 cards each for a total of 480 cards. The 24 theme tokens are currently a little overvalued and are likely to drop in price, but right now they are valued at $18.91. The 159 basic lands are valued at $29.48, which is about 18.5 cents each. Since there are 6 to 8 per pack instead of 1 like the original Jumpstart, I expect these to come back down to between the 5 and 8 cent range in a few weeks. The 24 anime-inspired cards in the box are currently valued at $53.01, and the remaining 297 cards from the main Jumpstart set are currently valued at $220.21. This brings the grand total for the box up to $321.61, which is a gain of $217.50 over the purchase price and equates to a return of 309%. Keep in mind, the prices I'm quoting are only a week after launch, so we'll see where these are towards the end of December. I would expect most of the prices of the cards to drop by 50% or more. For those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 24 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a combined value of $170.63. This accounts for 53% of the total box value. So how does the original Jumpstart compare to Jumpstart 2022? Well, last week I opened an original Jumpstart booster box, and it cost me $87.84. Today's box was a little more expensive at $104.11. The original Jumpstart box produced 31 rares and a single mythic, whereas today we saw 28 rares and 4 mythics. From a theme rarity perspective, the original box had 1 mythic, and today we saw 2. The original box also had 7 rare themes, and today we saw 8. From a coverage perspective, the original Jumpstart box saw 34% of the 660 cards that were eligible to be pulled, whereas today we saw 32% of the set. From a duplication perspective, we saw 53% duplication in the original Jumpstart box, and in this box, we only saw 44%. The original Jumpstart 660 cards are currently valued at $505.73. Jumpstart 2022's 834 cards are currently valued at $811.51. Now, the original Jumpstart box only contained $109.60 in card value, and today's box saw $321.61. Now, this is comparing apples to oranges, so let's calculate how much of the set each box contained. The original Jumpstart box only contained 22% of the set value in it, whereas today's box contained 40%, making today's box the winner. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Jumpstart, and if you did, why not give the video a thumbs up? Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, do something amazing.